What's happening, people? We're back here once again on CubCamTV for another edition of CubReacts. I'm super excited to be back inside the building once again to bring you another live reaction video. This one of Maleek Berry's brand new track, Far Away. Now, I believe there are actually two music videos inside this video. We're going to be reacting to the first one, just so we don't make the video super long. I know the reaction videos we do on this channel are a bit more lengthy than other ones, so I want to make sure we're still keeping it as concise as possible. As always, massive shouts out to each and every one of you supporting the channel. We're trying to hit that 6K barrier before Christmas. If we can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, turning notifications on, of course leaving a like and a comment as well. One thing I will say about this reaction video, there will be a lot of cuts and pauses. There isn't much I can do about this. In general, I do apologize. YouTube are getting very strict with the amount you can actually upload with reaction videos, especially on this channel. For some reason, if I upload anything with more than 10 seconds of audio, it gets blocked almost instantly, so that's why the cuts are going to be so quick. If that's not your cup of tea, feel free to watch a different one. However, we are going to really break this tune down from the musicality side of things to the production, to the music video itself, to the lyricism if we can, everything in between. That's what we're going to be doing today, so make sure you do stick around if that's your cup of tea, and let's crack on. So right from the off with this one, we've got a very kind of bubbly sounding instrumental. The sort of drum structures that are being used are quite dancehall-y, I suppose, in the way they're put together. It's a nice kind of balance between that sort of it's not really an Afrobeat sounding tune at all, to be honest with you. It's very much dancehall influenced, very bashment influenced, those kind of progressive chords kind of bubbling away over the top of what is actually quite a simple set of drums. The video's looking super clean as well. I'm excited to see where this one goes.
Seasons change, I pray stays like this. Even when the seasons go, I pray stay like this.
It's such a wicked vocal tone. Like, that voice that the guy has it's catching, it's soul warming, you know. You hear it and it puts you into a better mood. It makes you feel better about things. It's one of those voices which does kind of hit your soul, I suppose. And yeah, really nice video so far. I like the fact that it's the girl actually doing the vocals rather than Maleek at this moment in time. Really nicely put together. He's sounding very clean over the instrumental as well. So I think as a starting point, this is really solid. I'm enjoying the tune. I think overall it's sounding good. I want it to kind of explore a bit more musically, though. I hope it doesn't just stick on that one sort of chord progression the entire way too. I hope other things happen in the composition to really kind of bring it to life.
Are you too far away? Are you too far away, baby? You're way too far away. Are you too far away?
She is absolutely gorgeous as well, I've got to say. She is stunning. Really nice, again, vocal-wise. We're getting that sort of extended version of the chorus at this point. We're seeing those sort of vocal, I think they're called vocal tremolos. I'm not entirely sure, but those sort of almost like pitch change, those pitch sort of quivers in Maleek Berry's vocal line over the top of it. Again, adding some emotion, adding some sort of differentiation, and it's progressing. Slowly but surely, it is progressing. We're hearing more and more going on, and that's what we want on a track like this. It's almost in between R&B and bashment at this moment in time. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes.
Baby, it was just last week, so you doing your thing on holiday. Baby, I was feeling your steez. I was hoping that you could swim.
As I was saying earlier, it has got that kind of early 2000s R&B kind of vibe to it, I want to say. The way the vocals are just kind of hovering over the top of the instrumental. They're not super tight. They're not like super strict, and there's a lot of melody going on here as well. In the background as well, it's literally just those chords driving the entire thing, but there's a lot of sub-action going on in the bass lines down below as well. There's a real kind of sweeping nature about the instrumental, the way the drums are all kind of rolling together. It's an interestingly put together piece of music, I've got to say. And I'm liking this kind of back and forth. The video's looking super clean. They're in this alley or hotel kind of alleyway, I think. Hotel corridor alleyway. Hotel corridor. She's singing the vocals. And yeah, it's looking good. It's interesting to watch. I've got a funny feeling something interesting is going to happen with the video as well.
Tell me where you are, my dear. Oh, hope you ain't too far, my dear.
See, that's what I wanted to hear vocally. I wanted to hear these kind of extensions and hear the track go to different places. It's almost as if Maleek's kind of riffing at this point and just kind of expanding the vocal lines in regards to just the melodies and the pitches he's kind of visiting with it. I definitely feel the instrumental could have had a bit more kind of evolution by this point in time. It does seem like we are just going to be getting those three sort of chord patterns the entire way through, which is fine. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I like I like tracks to kind of expand as they go, if you know what I mean. I like tracks to kind of have a bit more kind of progression in the way they're put together. But overall, it's sounding solid. I think Maleek is the one that's really leading the tune rather than the instrumental in the background. I quite like what they're doing with the music video as well. The fact that they're in all these situations together, and slowly but surely, like, they seem to be being moved apart. Like we saw it when they were both lying down on the bed, and we saw them kind of like drift apart. We've seen it in the car, the same sort of thing. The seats kind of move apart to doing with like sort of blurry camera effects and stuff. It's quite a cool concept as well. Obviously the tune being called Far Away. It's an interesting way of kind of visualizing that concept within the video, and the video's looking super clean as well. We've already been in about 5 or 6 different scenes the entire way through.
You're too far away, baby, you're way too far away. You're too far away, baby.
Scene number 7 by the looks of things, and these don't look like they're cheap sets to set up, you know. These look like there's been some time put into the actual shoot for this one. And again, the back and forth is really good. I'm loving the fact that she's doing the vocals, and now we're onto this kind of middle bridge section, I suppose it is, where the subs are really warm. There's not really much drum action going on. It's mainly just Maleek's vocal that's kind of driving the tune forward at this point. Again, a nice addition to the tune in the way it's been structured, and it kind of gives the tune a little bit of room to breathe.
You're too far away, baby, you're way too far away.
And again, we're visiting that theme again, that sort of drifting thing. Do you know what it looks like? It almost looks like in Interstellar. There's bits in Interstellar where people kind of look stretched out, and they look like slightly different when they're at different points in time. I think it's Interstellar where that film happens, but where that scene happens. But yeah, I like the concept, man. I think it's being visualized really well, and I think both the people in the video are doing a good job of it as well. Again, just the way the video is shot, it looks super, super clean. You know, it makes you kind of, it opens your eyes and kind of makes you go, oh, the sort of the shading and stuff on it, just the general sort of lighting. I'm not an expert on the video side of things, but just how it looks and how it's shot looks really, really clean.
I'ma do what it takes, baby. I'm on the way for you.
I don't know what it is about Maleek's vocal, but there's just a pitch to it. There's a tonality to it, which just kind of captures you. You know, there's something about that vocal line which for me will always be like kind of warming and soulful in the way it sounds. And I think he's done a really good job of kind of demonstrating that on this tune. There's not like a ridiculous vocal range going on, but the notes he's hitting well, and you can feel that sort of emotion behind the projection as well. So again, solid. Again, it's just a level of expansion for me. I feel this tune could have gone in a lot more places, and I think we've only got about 40 seconds left of this song before we move into the second half of it. I don't know. I feel there could have been more done, if I'm being 100% brutally honest.
'Cause we can make a start, my day.
So I've got a funny feeling we're going to now drive into an instrumental section, because we're seeing it on nearly every tune from this sort of... We're seeing it a lot in bashment, we're seeing it a lot in Afrobeat, we're seeing it in a lot of different genres from around the globe at the moment. This kind of idea of highlighting the producer at the end of the tune, almost giving them like a solo patch to kind of do what they do. There's 20 seconds left of the tune as far as I'm aware, if I can remember correctly, so hopefully we're going to see some cool instrumental riffing going on as well. And again, just a really nice back and forth performance from Maleek, you know, and I think the video is a good representation of that. Nice. I think this is a really nice way to kind of round off, I've got to say. This kind of almost riffing. Again, it's the first time those chords haven't been on repeat, and if we'd have heard this in the middle of the tune as a part of a bridge, I think I'd have liked the overall tune a little bit more, rather than it being kind of crammed in at the end. But overall, I think this is absolutely... I think it's very enjoyable, you know. I think it is a very good showcasing of what Maleek's able to do vocally over quite a stripped-back instrumental that doesn't necessarily tell that much of a story on its own. Nothing wrong with the instrumental, don't get me wrong. It's just, for me, I prefer the kind of beats that get used and the general sounds to be a bit more expansive and explorative musically. But I think we are pretty much at the end of this one now. There we go. There is another video section on the end of this. I'm not going to react to that bit today, purely because I believe it's a different tune, and I want to make sure we're being concise with this, because I know we've already been going on quite a while with this reaction video. So there we go. And my overall thoughts, I like the tune. I feel a tad underwhelmed. It's not a tune I wouldn't play. It's definitely a tune I would still run on radio on a regular basis, but I definitely feel more could have been achieved with it. You know, the general sound was sounding amazing, and we heard that bridge section at the end. I definitely feel that could have been employed earlier on in the tune to kind of give it a bit more depth, but that's personal preference more than anything else. There's nothing about the tune I didn't particularly like, apart from the fact those chords were just starting to sound a bit repetitive towards the end of the tune, but I do understand that is kind of a feature of the sound he was going for. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it, and hopefully we see some more good music from Maleek Berry soon. I believe this one is out on his album right about now, so make sure you do go check that one out. If you did enjoy this reaction video, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, leave a like and a comment. And again, guys, I do apologise for the amount of pauses we have to do. There is literally nothing I can do about it. I wish there was, but if I upload videos with more music and less talking, they get blocked instantaneously. There's nothing I can do about it, but hopefully you can still enjoy them for what they are, these techie breakdowns. Right, that's it from me this time around. There's going to be more reaction videos dropping this evening, as it is a Thursday, so we'll see you all next time. Peace.